Great. Questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Like, I'm sure you do track like almost all year round and whatnot. And like you've won like the top things, Olympic gold medal. How do you keep yourself like motivated to keep like wanting more? Because like you're the top. Like I'm sure there's records you want to break, but like I know besides you just loving to do track, how do you keep yourself motivated for 8, 12 months, you know, a year straight doing track? How do you just find the focus to keep it for that long?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the sport, you know. Outside of doing track, you know, I love watching track. And so I don't know if y'all are big soccer fans, but, you know, it's just the love of the sport, purely. If I wasn't doing track, I'd be watching track or trying to coach track or give back, you know. It's I don't know. For me, it's just, I always think that, you know, I've been blessed. You know, I'm a big faith guy, and I've been blessed with a lot of talents. And so it's just, you know, God has blessed me and put me on this pedestal and put me and taken me around the world, you know, to do something big. And, you know, and even if I don't do anything for the rest of my life, you know, I could say that I ended it talking to you guys, you know, and hopefully if I don't reach a whole group, if I could just reach out to one of you guys and you guys heard the message and is fired up for this weekend, you know, it's just taking those little things like that. And, you know, when I'm training, my first day of training is next week. To get ready for August next year, you know, and that is a long time. But, you know, for me, it's just now big things on Twitter, big things on Facebook, like, hey, thanks for the little help here and there. Thanks for, you know, talking to me or showing me this or, you know, just little things like that, that for you guys, I don't know, you know, for your fans, it's probably just another thing for you guys. But for me, that's really what fuels me and motivates me outside of just personal success.
And in one of your videos on YouTube, you talk about being clean, that you like being clean all the time. What can you elaborate on that?
That's just like hygiene stuff, like.
Listen, but you also talk about, you know, even after you jump, you want to clean your shoes because you have a whole routine of how you do things.
Yeah. Like I'll say, like my personal life, like at home, I got this little. I'm sure y'all seen like the little iRobot that just cleans like your house. You know, you just press a button, it does the house, and you come back and it's done. You know, I don't know. I don't like things being on me. You know, I'm trying to sound girly, but I don't like sweat. I don't like, because nobody want to hug you and so, you know, obviously there's a lot of cameras and stuff out there, and so whenever I could clean my shoes and stuff, I just don't like things on me. That's just always been my personality. You know, a lot of people say it's like OCD because I'll go for practice, and once I get hot, my sweats have to go here. You know, my watch always has to be, you know, how it is, and I don't know. It's just, I guess, a personality trait that I've always had, but I guess it all started because I realized that no girls would show me love when I finished competing. I was all sweaty.
And now, Christian, one of the biggest factor why collegiate athletes don't perform the best is the lack of sleep. Do you take care of yourself in that sense as well?
Yeah. Again, I mean that's just the sacrifice stuff. It all ties together. If you procrastinate and you wait till the last minute, you probably got to stay up and you got to stay up at night, and it's gonna obviously affect your practice or your game performance. The partying, you know, you just have to sacrifice. You have to, you know, you have to make soccer your priority. You know, if you're fully committed, not just to yourself, but to your team. You know, for me, if I messed up and if I stayed up and did whatever, you know, the only person that would truly hurt is myself. Well, you guys are on the team, and you guys are just as responsible for the person beside you to left and right, you know? And so you really just have to take accountability for yourself. And then, again, that senior leadership, somebody has to step up and be like, hey, man, you know, we're dragging on the field. You know, can I help you in whatever way? Or, you know, this is what you could do better. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, y'all all want to win. Everybody wants to win. But you got to put those pieces together to come out on top.
You guys have a question?
I have a question. I know you said it's mostly like an individual sport, especially when you're at that level. But when you're talking to other people, whether it be like my teammates or other people on the track, and you're trying to encourage them, but like, is there a way, like how do you approach people in an encouraging way if you have criticism, like so you don't come across, like especially on the field, like when we talk to each other on the field, sometimes someone misses a shot or you wanted the ball or something, we'll scream at each other, but is there like another way to go about trying to remind yourself to like how to speak to them?
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest things, I don't know if you guys kind of got this feeling from me, but I joke a lot, you know? And so the best way to get a constructive criticism is to almost make it sound like a joke. So you can be like, I cannot believe you just missed that shot. But like that, it's almost like, you got caught out for it. But, you know, it's still that friendship way of coming about it. Instead of being like, what is wrong with you and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's always, for me, when I was in college, it was just like, what are you doing, man? Like, what's going on? But it's the way you say it, you know? So you can get the message across. But remember, like, just speak to them how you want to be spoken to. So, obviously, you know, if somebody misses a shot or if someone messes up, or if you mess up, you know, you want somebody to keep you accountable and be like, hey, you know, step it up or do whatever. But at the same time, like, you feel bad enough for messing up, you know, and so you don't need somebody else riding out of your neck. But, you know, that's your friend, that's your teammate. So somebody got to step up and be like, hey, man, you got it next time. Let's get the shot, let's get the pass, and just keep it going.
And Christian, in one of your videos, you talk about the guy that won second place in the Olympics. He was also in the same school that you are, or that you were.
Yeah.
Can you talk about, you know, what it's like to be training with a guy that you know you're going to compete against, but he's also your teammate? Because, you know, we have 3 players for each position, for example, and they're competing against each other, but also teammates at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that was my roommate for a few years, and obviously a teammate when we were back in Florida. And so it's tough. You know, again, you have to find that separation between that friendship and that competitive camaraderie. You know, obviously everybody wants to start. Everybody wants to have that position. And you know, when I'm talking to him, again, I use that constructive. I don't know, way of attacking him. I'm gonna be like, well, you know I'm a win dog, right? But the way I said it, it was like, he knows I'm gonna win, but we try to make it openly. So obviously we're gonna push each other in every competition. We're coming 1, 2, 1, 3, you know. So we have respect for each other, just like I'm sure you guys have respect for your teammates. And you guys know that, you know, when we go to the international stage, we're both representing the U.S. So we both want to do well. But obviously, personally, we want to do better than each other. So you guys have to take that same attitude that, like, yeah, I'm a slide tackle this guy. I'm gonna take this guy out. But at the same time, I can't do anything too crazy because that is my teammate. You know, so you just have to find that separation in that small borderline between, you know, that competitive nature and that teammate friendship.
Great. You guys have any questions, Brian?
Yeah, I have a question. Christian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I have kind of a 2-part question. When you first realized how blessed you were with the talent that you have, and I'm sure you probably had dreams right away of Olympic gold medals or doing great things in the sport that you chose. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you set the goals that you did to achieve the level? Because, I mean, it's hard to set a goal to win an Olympic gold medal when you're 12 or 13 or whatever, but how do you set smaller goals? Or I don't know how you did it, but the process that you went through in your goal setting to achieve what you've achieved.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if Brandon told you, I actually used to play soccer. Like, that was my passion. I thought I was going to be like, you know, the man at soccer. That fell through, so, you know, I had to kind of put that goal aside. You know, so that's just letting you know that, you know, even what you're doing now, there are going to be different steps and there's going to be different alleyways that your life is going to take. But once I realized, you know, track was my calling, you know, I took baby steps. I was always looking at, obviously, when I went to track, I said, what's the pinnacle? What is the top thing I can do? And for me, that's going to be the world record. You know, the Olympic gold is great, but the world record is that stamp that, you know, you're the best of all time. And so, I said, I got this world record. So, you look who did it, look what they did, and then you start backpedaling, and you say, okay, what's the biggest stage I can go to now? When I started, it was, the regionals. Then I did well regionals and got to state, and I said, all right, this state. And, you stay at that state level for a while, and you see who's around, but again, you just got to keep your eye on that prize. I was always thinking world record. And then from state, I went to the international stage. I got killed. Like, I came to the point where I was like, this may not be for me, because these guys are just destroying me. A lot of times people see me at your top, but they forget about that it was a process getting there. There was a few years I didn't think was my thing, because I was really just left and right, just getting hammered. But the thing is, I became passionate about it. It became something that, like, I studied, I prayed about, and again, just something I was just naturally good at. And I said, if I want to be the best, I got to do something extra. And a lot of times you hear the stories of, the first person out to practice, the last person to leave. And it became that I ended up being that guy. I was doing the one extra sled pull, I was doing the one extra clean and stuff like that, because I was always thinking of that I had to beat my competition, because I just came down to it that I was embarrassed that I just kept losing, and then obviously, I win World Youth, get to World Juniors, and you just take it step by step, stage by stage. But like I said, at the end of the day, just keeping your eyes on the prize. If I was at my house, I would show you that I have the world record whole photo picture on there. I have the jump on my phone, my tablet, my laptop. Like, it's who not I only want to be, but it's who I want to surpass. So I'm studying that every day, just thinking, oh, if I did this, it would give me just that little edge. And I mean, I'm about exactly a foot away from the world record, which may not seem far, but if you think like the best thing you've ever done, and then you add a foot to it, it still kind of sucks, because I'm still gonna beat. But yeah, just keeping my eye on that prize.
And what's the world record right now?
It's 60 feet even.
Okay. And how close are you right now?
I'm exactly a foot. Yeah, I'm at 59 feet.
Well, good luck with that. I'm sure it takes a lot of work. So is that what you're getting ready for next year? Is that your next
competition? Exactly. I have World Championships next year, and I got to defend my title. But again, the World Championships, I'm not taking away from it. It'd be great to win it again. But like I said, my top prize is that world record, and that's when I can finally say, like, I did it.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 22.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Sure. Mateus? Christian, it's been a pleasure. We really thank you for you taking time of your schedule to talk to us. We really appreciate it, and we'll remember this forever. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Bye, Brennan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
You have to come visit.
See you. Bye.